The first startup that I worked in was when I was 11 years old. And that was back when I was real young, back in Lexington, Kentucky, when my father turned the farm over to me. He said, look, you're in charge. He said, your two brothers have gone away to school, and it's time for you to take over. And I said, well, how much am I going to get paid? He said, well, you're going to get 3 hots and a flop. And I always knew what that meant. And I said, well, I'm getting that right now. He said, well, you're going to start earning it. 3 hots and a flop, of course, are 3 meals and, you know, a nice warm bed to sleep in. And he said, look, here's what we're going to do. If you do a good job at helping me to raise the pigs and cows and sheep, take care of the farm, we're going to save everything from the proceeds that we sell on all of our livestock. And then on top of that, we're probably going to take a loan out to send you to Howard University or wherever you want to go to school today, someday. And so I took him up on it. It was a way to pay for my college education, and at the same time to learn how to be an effective manager. He said, I hope one day that, you know, you seem like you're interested. Hopefully one day you'll be able to take over the farm. It seems like you'll be able to hold on to it for many, many years. I've worked really hard from 11 years old all the way up to 16. I learned a lot quickly on how to reduce cost. We were selling hogs, and my father came up to the barn after I'd taken over. He said, look, Yana, these are the biggest hogs we've ever had. I said, I'm doing my job. He said, well, you're doing your job, but you're going to put us out of business. We were buying feed from Southern States, this granary company that would sell us corn, because our small little 15-acre farm could only produce so much. And so we had to buy extra corn to be able to take care of the hogs. And I found that the hogs would break out every morning, and the best way to keep them in, it was just to feed them more. And so I did it. I fed them more, and guess what? They stopped breaking out. It allowed me to be able to, you know, catch the school bus without missing it and to be able to, you know, get to school on time. My father said, we're going to have to come up with something different, because I'm telling you right now, when Bub and Coleman were taking over the farm, when they were running things, I would buy feed maybe once or twice a week. Now you've got me coming home almost every day from Southern States buying this expensive corn. And I said, well, Daddy, what are you going to do? He said, well, you're going to have to give me some time to think about it. 2 days later, he came up to the barn. I was out there feeding the hogs, and he said, look, I've come up with an idea. I just signed up this deal with the Saratoga restaurant, this fine dining restaurant up in Lexington, and we're going to start picking up their scraps that they, you know, have off of the table. And I said, well, how did you work that out? He said, well, I walked in and found out they've got all these big barrels of slop in the back kitchen. It was, you know, they couldn't get any work done. And it was, you know, smelly and had flies going everywhere. And I said, well, how often does the city pick these barrels up? They said, well, we only get a pickup once a week. And I said, well, how much are they charging? They told me $5. And he said, well, I could do it on a daily basis so you don't have all this backed up, and I'll do it for $5. They said, well, when can you start? And my father said, I told him we're going to start tomorrow. So we started picking up slop. We got paid $5 a barrel to pick it up. Our pigs loved it. We stopped buying the feed. That eliminated 100% of the cost from Southern States. Our hogs were getting bigger faster. I mean, they were getting high blood pressure and cholesterol by eating all this, you know, high-end food. But something interesting happened after about 3 or 4 months of doing that. The hogs stopped eating all this slop, and we started having all this excess slop. And from there, my father said, well, let's just go up the road and see if other farmers have the same problem that we have. And we did that and found out that other farmers were ready to buy the slop, and we sold it to them, the excess slop, for $5 a barrel. And so we were making essentially $10 a barrel, eliminated 100% of our cost, and we were getting the biggest hogs we've ever had. Now, it sounds like a funny story, but it's the foundation of what I think about and what CEOs think about on a daily basis, is how do you eliminate a major line cost on your P&L to improve your profitability, and then at the same time, how can you create a whole new revenue stream to be able to make your company more successful? And that's what my father did, and that's what I think about every single day in helping our small businesses and large companies and even, you know, our major federal agencies and universities to be successful in helping them to reduce cost, find new lines of revenue, new customers, so that they're sustainable and successful for the long term. Well, the first thing is that it helps us to stay up on all of the major trends that are going on in the industry, as well as what we can do in the state of Maryland to be able to capitalize on those opportunities. The second is that it gives us an opportunity to meet entrepreneurs who are out there looking to grow and to expand, whether if they're already here in Maryland or if they're taking a look at Maryland from being on the outside. So it's a great partner on the acquisition side as well as on the retention side. And then also it's a great opportunity for us to learn how we can better market our county for technology. We're opening up a brand new accelerator, so having a great partnership with the Maryland Tech Council is going to give us a chance to find out how to do it the right way so that we can do it without reducing, where we can do it without having a lot of risk, and at the same time improving our chances of success for the accelerator that we have.